Hi, everybody. Welcome to FNS Wrestling Podcast, episode 293. I'm back in the basement. Jack's back at university. We're going to talk about another week of professional wrestling. AEW Dynamite, NXT, bit of Raw, whatever else happens to come up. I guess Elimination Chamber's happening as we speak.
I forgot.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Not clipped. No, you're right. I just forgot, and that's how much I care these days.
So we won't be doing predictions for that because it's happening right now.
I'm like wheeling up that big stupid crate because that's the big reveal tonight.
Oh, so let me know if you see anything. I'm curious.
Yeah.
See how disappointing it's going to be.
I already saw the result of the women's chamber, which isn't surprising at all, and then I saw the winner of AJ Lee and Becky Lynch.
So my pick for the women's chamber would have been Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah. I figured that's why they took the belts off. Oh, there are timestamps. Jump wherever you want. We're just already straight into it.
They took the belts off them, which, yeah, that tracks. And then you see Jey Uso's not in the chamber anymore, which is great.
Yeah, so they pulled. So who replaced them?
Logan Paul.
Oh, okay. I guess
I actually can't really get mad at because I kind of like Logan Paul.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess. I wish I knew why my camera was doing what it's doing. Forgive my video.
Normal for me, so.
It does? Doesn't look normal for me. But anyways, it's fine. I don't think anyone sits and watches us talk. Hopefully they're just listening to the audio.
I hope that the crate gets revealed before we're done. But,
yeah.
We'll see what happens.
So we're late recording tonight. Your brother had games about just over an hour away. Playoffs. They were the 6th seed, beat the 3 seed this morning. So that was surprising. So that delayed our recording because then they earned a second game later. So just got home, came down here, decided to start recording. So that's what we're going to do. You got anything else to say? I'm trying to get down to Mike's garage too. So.
I don't think so.
All right, so I'm going to say we just keep the banters
there.
Keep it short and get right into the news. First thing we'll talk about is some of the week's wrestling news and rumors. News this week. I don't know the first thing I put. I don't know if you saw this video. You probably did. Did you see Darby Allin getting kicked out of his Uber?
Yeah.
Did you actually watch it and see why? It was weird because he was I don't know, I guess I'm not an Uber driver, so maybe it's irritating, but he was on a stream at the time being interviewed, right? On a live stream, I think. And so he had the sound coming through his phone, and the Uber driver really was like, dude, it's kind of rude to have your audio on your phone in the middle of an Uber. And I don't know. So it escalated from there. And I mean, the dude seemed to have been having a bad day or whatever, right? I don't know. I don't think it's I get annoyed when people have their phones on speaker as well, but I don't know. In an Uber and he's in an interview.
It's also the middle of a highway, so.
Yeah. So anyways, I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's odd to me.
Yeah.
The main thing I'll talk about was it's kind of part of it's rendered moot now. Bronson Reed, he suffered a bicep tear on Raw, so that forced changes to his Elimination Chamber qualifier, which Jey Uso won, but obviously now Jey Uso's not in it either.
The cursed faction of the Vision.
So yeah, I think the Vision has to be one of the most cursed factions in wrestling history because they start from such a hot point. Like when Breakker joined Rollins, I still love that. But then ironically, the creative vision for them was lacking. And then it's for me, the creative flaws with the Vision it's not entirely their fault. It's kind of like the Cole MJF thing where it just gets hampered by injuries, right?
Yeah. But
still,
very similar.
One got taken out, then Breakker got taken out, now Bronson's out. Now you're just left with Heyman managing Theory and Paul, which is like,
whoa, and the guy under the mask that we've never seen before.
Well, I think because I've heard the Masked Man story is going under creative or heavy rewrites, which that's part of it probably. I do someone pointed out that the random masked guy that was unmasked on SmackDown was like a student from Rollins school, so that's a kind of cool way to. I kind of like that.
But I think it'll just be like he was a fake guy under the mask.
I think that's the whole point, right? As much as I hate to say, I think Logan Paul is more upside than Theory, so I think they should push Paul a bit. Theory kind of failed as a heel. I don't know why they wouldn't try Theory's babyface because people wanted to.
Nobody wants Theory doing anything at this point. That's except you, just you.
People want. I don't even really care that much, but people wanted to cheer him.
I don't know.
I think putting him in the Vision was kind of a mistake. But when they were they were busy not splitting A-Town down under. People were cheering Theory, and people even wanted to cheer Theory when he came back. But
I think that ship has sailed. He is pretty bland.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was part of mine, that it's leading to heavy rewrites. The angle most affected, obviously, is the mysterious Masked Man. And He was set to make an appearance on Raw with both him and Paul scheduled to interfere in Reed's match before the injury, and then they had to scrap the appearance there. So now they're expected to change several aspects of that. They may drop the angle altogether, but it doesn't look like they are, right? They're doing something. They're planning something. So it's probably going to be bad anyways, but now they're like on to plan C or D or E at this point, right?
I don't.
When plan A probably wasn't that interesting to me.
At this rate, no.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. I've only got 2 more after that.
I've got quite a few.
All right, go ahead.
Nick Wayne's back.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Being injured for months. It's pretty telling, though, State of ROH, that he's been injured since I want to say at least August, and he's been television champion the entire time with no interim champion even crowned.
That's funny, actually. I forgot he had a title. Obviously, there's so many titles.
I get that Tony Khan didn't initially expect him to be out as long as he has been, but like, still, I think it's really funny that like they would just wait that long. And he's had the belt the entire time.
Too many belts.
But that's a good time to play my favorite game. Who's champion in ROH right now?
Oh, okay.
So you have Nick Wayne, obviously. Let's start
would
with
not have gotten
the women's pure title, which is the newest title, so you're least likely to know it.
Nope.
This
Perazo.
Yes, good.
Yes,
that's a good one.
because I saw an article recently that she's very she's unhappy.
That's actually helpful to you.
Yep.
Let's go with the women's television title, since we know the men's. I feel like this is one you sometimes get and you sometimes don't.
Red Velvet.
Yeah. There you go.
My God.
Two for two.
I'm good at this.
This one you usually get. It's the men's pure title. This one's pretty easy, I think. But then again, I just know.
Is it though?
I just tend to know.
It's not Yuta.
That's a while back now.
Who? It's not Garcia anymore.
Like also, like they both did hold it.
I know.
So that's like you're making the right pulls at least.
Currently, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really? You're gonna throw in the towel on this one?
Any hints?
Tiger Style?
What? Tiger Style?
Tiger Style.
Tiger Style.
His nickname.
No.
He's part of a faction in ROH.
Roosh?
No. Okay, it's Lee Moriarty.
Oh my God. Okay, Tiger Style.
You do usually get that.
I do. The thing is, it seems like the same people have had the belts forever.
He has.
And yet I'm still forgetting. Okay.
Okay, the 6-man titles, the trios titles. It is an established group. I'll give you that.
6-man titles, established group. Nobody that I ever see anywhere.
No, you don't see them. I'm sure you wish you did, but
are you being sarcastic there?
No, you like the one guy for sure. You like him quite a bit.
It's not. No, I don't know. I have no clue.
STP.
Oh God, I don't even remember these things exist. I do like Shane Taylor production.
You like Shane Taylor, yeah. Okay,
so who are the people on that?
It's him in the infantry, like Sean and Carly.
Yeah, I like Shane Taylor.
Okay, tag titles. It's like it's one of the guys that's held the titles forever, but not really, but kinda.
What's his face? That guy, one of the pillars.
Guevara, yeah, and then who's his partner now?
It's not Dustin Rhodes anymore.
It's not Dustin Rhodes.
So it's Guevara and
I
have no idea.
Mordos.
Oh, right. And
then I'll skip men's and women's world champions because it's Athena and we've seen Bandito, so
yes,
we'll end the game there. So to speak.
I bet you I might not have gotten Bandito. I've kind of forgotten that he has.
That's true. Bandito, maybe. Like I assume that one you might like.
Even though I love him.
I've seen him a bunch, but we'll talk about Bandito later.
Yes, we will.
I think it's you.
It's me. Reports that wouldn't be surprising to me are that Bayley is frustrated with WWE.
Yeah.
She basically said in an interview that she's accomplished nearly everything there is, but there seem to be creative limitations that leave her somewhat disconnected from her purpose.
I kind of agree, because what has she really done creatively since her pandemic run?
I agree. And she's very talented.
It's with her having won the Rumble, what was it, 2024?
And the problem is, unfair.
But wasn't she like doing the insane thing
Yeah,
months ago?
like she was like snapping and turning heel. She was yeah, and unfairly, right? Women do not get as long a tenure in wrestling. They sort of age out more quickly than men do. So she's like 34 or something, right? So she's got to be going like, listen, I'm on the downside and I'm still a good wrestler and good character work. So I bet she is frustrated. And then she watched the AEW throw the world at her buddy Monet, right? So
where's she been?
she also been sort of MIA. But I get Bailey being frustrated if she is, which I think she is. I don't blame her. She's good. They should use her more.
Brief collision bit, just because we don't watch and I feel like this one could have notable repercussions, is that the Rascals actually beat FTR in an eliminator.
I saw.
So that could be interesting. I could see it lead to them being added to the Revolution title match, which I'm kind of open to because it would freshen things up.
I think I saw it because I kind of half-assed watched Collision, and I'm pretty sure.
I will say I don't like that they're using Hot Fire Flame as their finisher because it's just basically just a standing moonsault. It looks cool, and I like it as a move.
It can be a signature, but it shouldn't be finishing people.
I like MSK's finisher in NXT, which is like it was end transmission. It's like the blockbuster spinebuster move.
Yeah, it's better.
That was a solid move, I thought. Like the Hot Fire Flame is a good move. It's just not a good finisher.
I agree. I agree.
Kind of like how I felt about Vicaris finisher.
Yes.
Like that's a cool move, just not a finisher.
Only other thing I have is good news. AEW Revolution ticket sales are the headline was blow past last year. So
aren't they in a pretty big venue for Double or Nothing too? Like
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure they're in a big venue.
So already sold 9,400 tickets with sales running 28.1% higher than the same point last year. So I think at that point they'd only announced 3 matches for the pay-per-view.
Hangman MJF, Bucks FTR.
And then what else?
Fox Takeshita.
Yes. And I mean, that's going to sell.
That sells a show for me.
That sells a show right away, right?
That sells a show for me.
If you're an AEW person, those are matches you want to see.
If you know what's up.
So good news for them. I think the product's pretty hot right now.
I agree.
We'll probably talk about why I think it's doing well a bit later. So that is it for me for news, bud.
Okay, I got 2 more. Have you ever heard about who's supposed to be the next Evolve general manager?
No, I have not.
That's of interest. It's someone we used to like. I'll give you a hint. So we liked him in like the last year of the Black and Gold run of NXT. Former wrestler.
Oni Lorcan.
No, kind of a similar wrestler, but like maybe a little more technical.
The guy that we like.
I know his
Thatcher.
name. Yeah, it is Thatcher.
Oh, really? Good for him.
Shame to see where he's at compared to that run because I thought he was so underrated. Like I didn't like him at first, but I think we both came to like him quite a bit.
Yeah.
That team he had with Ciampa was so underrated too.
Yeah. No,
like he had an odd thing that really worked.
I ended up liking him a lot.
It's something for him. It doesn't feel fitting to me.
No.
But it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, he's getting a paycheck from WWE, so good for him.
Yeah. And then lastly, after the tribute episode on Raw, AJ Styles is going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Apparently he didn't know when it was announced on Raw. He didn't seem to know because Undertaker came out and announced it. It kind of like had the same vibe as when Cena did that long introduction for their match last year. It was like he seemed really happy he didn't know. So I think it's deserved because he did a crap ton being there only a decade, right?
So
he booked well, but like cynic in me has to wonder if it's like a ploy to like negate any interest anywhere else would have in him if he's like Hall of Famer. And he also said he didn't want to wrestle after. Or he didn't want to go into the Hall of Fame while being a wrestler. And then I've recently seen that he has resigned like a backstage coaching role. So I don't think he's going anywhere now.
Yeah, and I watched the segment and I was literally audibly going, no, because they made it look like Undertaker was setting up for a match with him at first. That's what it felt like. And I was like, no.
I thought it was crazy they brought back Kaz, Abyss, and Good Brothers on Raw.
I saw somebody maybe half joke about, because of AJ's political leanings, that once the AEW crowd was getting into the FI stuff, he was like, nope, WWE's where I'm staying, sort of thing.
I also saw someone mention the clip of like when Abyss and Kaz are backstage and Abyss appears in like the boiler room.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like we were talking about how like maybe some people watch more TNA when WWE people are on, but no one cares about TNA because like Abyss got no pop.
No. And I guess that's why WWE is quick to put him in Hall of Fame because now they're in cahoots with TNA too, right? So it's like they can acknowledge his time there now, whereas before
kind of like how they would with WCW guys. Yeah. Also, I saw someone mention that I think Steph is in the Hall of Fame this year.
Oh yeah, she is. She'll be the headliner, I'm sure.
That's cool.
Which is crazy.
That is cool.
Is that it for you?
Yeah.
All right. News is done. Moving into the next thing we deep dive into every week. It is this past Wednesday's episode of AEW Dynamite. So I have really been enjoying Dynamite the last few weeks, especially. I think the main events have been like terrific.
I agree. I was curious to see what you thought about this week, just because there were some things on the show.
Yeah, and we didn't watch it together, so we will sort of.
And I purposely avoided talking about some things.
There's something I don't like that definitely happened, but you were saying that the reveal of the crate has happened.
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber.
What it is? I want to see what you think.
Okay, so I knew it wasn't going to be Jericho.
It was not Jericho.
I had somebody suggest it was going to be Triple H to usher in a new era of whatever.
That would be funny. It was not that.
Is it a person?
It is a person.
Is it a new signing?
It is.
Oh. Is it somebody I know signed?
Like, you know that they're signed, or like that you know them?
That I know that they're signed.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if you know that they're signed.
Where did they come from? New Japan. Oh, is it Evil?
It is not Evil.
Okay. That was a decent guess, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't think.
Are they from New Japan?
New Japan.
Are they from AEW?
Yes.
Oh. It's not Hobbs, is it?
It is not. No, because he already debuted.
I know, but they're stupid, so it's possible they just pretend. But we didn't know. It's from AEW.
Hey, introduce him as Hobbs again, and then break it down again, and he's Keys.
Male?
Male.
Do I like them?
Not really, I don't think.
Not really from AEW. It's not. So that's Jericho, but it's not.
I would definitely say no. If it was Jericho, I would be definite. I don't think you like this guy either.
You don't think I like this guy?
He was not like.
How long ago did he leave AEW?
I honestly don't know, because he was injured, and I don't think he ever showed back up.
Wardlow?
I wish.
Jack Swagger?
I wish again.
You wish it was Swagger over who it actually is?
I just wish it was Swagger so he wasn't in AEW. Wait, no, isn't he retired? I forgot about that.
I may have to give up on this one. I don't know. Who is it?
Danhausen.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. They can have him.
It's a whole pay-per-view thing, and they have a bunch of girls come out with Danhausen. I saw someone say, is this the Kiss Demon?
I did see that he that's funny. I did see that he'd been
Dale Torborg.
He'd been removed from AEW's website. So
yeah.
Who they can have him. I was never
do with him.
Sell merch. They just want to sell merch.
Our truth bits, probably, that kind of thing.
And then he'll sell a bunch of stuff.
SmackDown. Danhausen will be on Raw, and he can do backstage skits and
they can sell little bags of teeth and stuff.
They can sell face paint, masks.
Yeah.
And the cape, they can sell capes. I think the capes and face Danhausen mask or paint.
Oh, the WWE version of him, because I've never been the biggest fan of him. He's
that's
fine.
Gonna suck, because
it's
even
gonna be
AEW,
awful.
Oh my god, it's gonna suck.
Awesome.
It's gonna suck. Anyways, back to stuff I care about.
Yes.
There was some talking heads at the beginning for the women's tag title match. I didn't really take notes on this.
I didn't either.
I thought it was fine though. I thought the only thing I thought was weird was that after Mega Bad were done talking, I thought the shot was on them for a few seconds too long.
Yeah.
It was really weird. Normally I don't note that kind of stuff, but I was just why are we still on? Are we gonna cut away or
Yeah.
I thought it was really weird. But so other than that was fine. And then we got an FTR Bucks package. We got a recap of the Bucks attacking the Bucks' dad and brother on Collision. Dax says it's the Bucks' fault. They super kicked Stokely first, and the Bucks' dad shoved them first. Nick says they made this personal. Dax says whatever happens in the main event for Dynamite, this show will be the Bucks' fault. And Nick says their family is resilient and they'll be okay. But Matt says they won't be okay until they get paid back in FTR, which begins tonight in the main event, which is Mile High Madness, because they're in Mile High City. Where's that again?
Denver,
sure.
Because you're not a sport ball guy, so you wouldn't know that.
Solid promo, I thought. I'm glad FTR are still doing mega heel bits, kind of the stuff they did with Beth Copeland and Bandito's grandma.
Yeah.
So I like they're still doing stuff like that, even though we didn't catch it. I still like that they're doing bits like that.
Yeah, they're trying to add some personal heat to this feud, because we've seen this a bunch, right?
So I like that they're juicing it up.
And to be honest, the heel logic of you kicked Stokely first is pretty sound.
It
Like, yes, Stoke was being a
ignoring
tool.
Stoke is like an ass. Yeah,
Yeah,
he doesn't actually need a wheelchair and yada yada.
That's the heel logic of it, right? So it kind of makes sense, and they're adding some heat to this because we've seen it before. The match will be great, so I didn't mind that at all.
Then we get our opener, which is Jonathan Moxley and El Clone Continental Title Eliminator. I wrote, unlike Hologram, I actually get excited to see Clone.
FNS Wrestling is on board with Clone right now.
Clone. I love getting me some El Clone.
He's super fun to watch.
I think he's so great. This is one of the things we did text about.
You did, yes.
I avoid texting about some other things on the show.
Yes.
But this is one of the things that I think you mentioned. I was like, yeah, I love El Clone. And Moxley's I love Moxley too. He's my guy. Xplex from Moxley for 2. There's some corner chops from Mox. Clone, I thought it was kind of a neat idea. He chokes Mox to the tag rope.
Mm-hmm.
It's an heel tactic. I feel like that's something, like, considering how logical that is for a heel move, it's like I feel like we don't ever see that.
And why is it, even with all of his high flying offense and stuff, he still works as a heel somehow?
Yeah, it's kind of like Pac.
It's interesting. Pac,
air about him. Scorpion kick and a suplex from Clone. Clone goes for like that step off springboard moonsault. Mox moves, rolls out of the ring, but Clone, like, basically without skipping a beat, just runs in for a suicide dive. And then he does that step off moonsault just off the barricade. Again, just
looks great.
Mox cuts off another suicide dive in temp of the forearm. Curb stomp on the apron looked great. We get a strike exchange. Mox absolutely clobbers him with a lariat. Stalling pod driver from Mox for 2 looked really good. Clone counters over Mox's sleeper attempt, clocks him with the Pele kick. His Pele kick might be my new favorite.
It's good.
Like Balor's done it, AJ's done it, Desmond Xavier does it. But he absolutely cracks people.
He does.
With that. So it's pretty nasty. He runs up gets a running start and just jumps to the top rope and does that step off springboard moonsault inside the ring to the floor. It
looked incredible.
That was awesome. Mox caught him midair with a cutter. That looked great too. Strike exchange. Mox goes for a curb stomp. Clone does the headstand nip up out of it.
And it wasn't perfect, but it still was awesome.
It's so sick.
Yeah.
Kick combo from Clone, then a diving foot stomp for 2 also looked great. Mox counters the powerbomb, spikes him with the paradigm shift, and then drills a Death Rider.
Drills it, yes.
Absolutely drills it. I thought this was great. I continue to be a huge fan of Clone's work. I think he just does some really cool stuff, and I always love the super athletic guys that move a little different, kind of like Swerve or Blake Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Vanilla Baby. Every strike he hits here is it's so crisp. He hits hard. He's great at taking head bumps because the headstand stuff is really cool. But he sold the crap out of Mox's finishers at the end, right?
He did.
I thought that looked great. Mox puts in a typically strong showing as usual. Absolutely battered Clone with the lariat and the finishing combo. I just thought it was really fun, and Clone continues to prove his worth more to me than Hologram ever has.
Agree.
So I really like this.
The worst part of this was, I don't think you made note of it, Renee before the match asks Marina Shafir why what the pre-match
I didn't really care for
what the pre-match slap was, and her answer, she's just really awkward. Shafir
it was fine.
answering.
It was fine.
But
husband, wife,
one of the commentators referred to Clone at some point as a digital assassin, which I thought was kind of funny.
That should be his nickname.
But yeah, his style is just really interesting to me. Obviously, he can do the lucha stuff, but he could brawl a bit with Moxley, right? And he can, I don't know, the crowd seems to be as captivated with him as we are, honestly. Mm. And I still think there's a better match between these two, but I thought this was a really good, 16 or 17 minute TV match. Mox was a great opponent for him here. I thought their styles kind of worked well together, and Mox gave Clone a lot, right? And
yeah,
I think there's a little bit of because Moxley has lost multiple matches that he should have won. I know he's going to win this match, but there's that tiny...
It makes sense that he's it makes sense he's on the back pedal and that he could potentially
because he lost to O'Reilly when he shouldn't have multiple times, right? So there's still this maybe he could lose. Excellent TV match that started a little slowly and then built, and Clone is just super fun to watch. And that Death Rider is...
I wonder how much mileage we can get at a Clone.
I know.
With being the silent guy. But that's why you have Callus, right? So I do think maybe potentially there's at least some mid-card title potential for Clone, I hope.
And I think Hologram being gone has made Clone more interesting, too. I wasn't really interested in that story that they were apparently going to tell. But
I would have been fine with it, but
just finding ways to get Clone against good talent on TV is all I want right now.
We still need Clone Pack, though.
Yes, we do.
We get a recap of what happened with Swerve and Omega last week, and then we get to hear from Not on Swerve. Nana says Swerve doesn't care about the fine, and he tells the commentary team to get up. Swerve just kind of comes from the crowd, no music, no anything. He brings out Swerve, introducing him as the most dangerous man in AEW, and Swerve cuts a promo on the announce table. He says he figured people will enjoy what he did last week. Some don't, but that's what happens when it's one of your favorites. He says the announce table is more sturdy this week. He says he feels no guilt because he warned Omega whatever happened next would be on him. He had the nerve to get in the way of his path to the title and call someone else the most dangerous. He says beating down Omega put him back in line for a title shot, and he said he put him down. And he's a man of his word. He says Omega challenged him as a man and as a threat, and he seems to be another EVP that he's taken down. He's made a killing taking down the Elite, and he says he and Hangman had a conversation about regret last year. He says he told Hangman he had regrets, but it was the most successful time of his career, so to get back there, he's going to move forward with no regrets. The whole roster's on notice. Anyone can get clipped when he says so, and he'll remind everyone who the most dangerous man still is.
I like this a lot. I think he sounded great, and the fact that he's kind of answering the whole, like, why did you just suddenly turn heel? It's basically somebody thought they were going to jump in line ahead of him in the title scene. They referred to somebody else as the most dangerous man in pro wrestling, which was Brody King, right? So that leads to a little program they can have. And he's acknowledging when I was peak, that's when I was the most evil. And if I want to get back to that, then I need to, like, all the stuff I told Hangman has to kind of go out the window, because that's when I said I regretted it all, but that's actually now looking back when I was in my peak form. So I thought it was really good. I thought it was very helpful.
Yeah, Swerve's at his best when he's a heel, and also when he's like, he's kind of logical. He's just, it doesn't justify his insane actions. So it's kind of like, that's how the Hangman views it, right? He wanted Hangman's spot, so it just makes sense, right? And I think I'm glad they firmly established him as a heel again. It's just the fans aren't fully booing him yet, so he's got to they're gonna have to work overtime to make him a full villain. He's gonna have to start hanging everyone's favorites, right?
Because he's so cool, you just want to like him regardless.
He got insanely over off the back of that first heel.
Yeah.
To the point that he became the babyface against Hangman when realistically he shouldn't have.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I did really like this, and I'm excited to see where this goes. We do kind of get some potential future direction in a bit.
I think, so it's going to be him and King, I think, on a collision course.
Yeah, we get Brodito in a promo next. King calls out Swerve for having a problem with him being called the most dangerous, and he has a problem with Swerve being the next in line. He has a match with Mark Davis tonight, and he'll prove why he's next in line. I thought this was solid, and Swerve Brody could be an interesting program, and solid program for Swerve while we're waiting for Omega.
So and King just keeps getting a little bit of time to talk, which is good. And he's being elevated right now, right?
Yeah, I like it.
And I'll circle back around to sort of what's going on with him and many other people a bit later, probably, as we go through this.
Then we move on to Gabe Kidd versus Orange Cassidy. The dogs, we'll say, are targeting Cassidy because he's kind of allies with Darby, so we get that. There's a really stiff right hand from Kidd for a 2 count early on, like just real snap on that. I've made know this because commentary mentioned it. Like, Kidd and Connors have been saying they're going to beat Darby till he's, quote, pushing up daisies.
Yeah.
Which I Googled. It's like an English expression for being buried or dead. I love it. I like that.
Yeah.
It's just a different way. It sounds cool to me.
It reminds me of a Beavis and Butthead episode.
Yeah. It reminds me of like something like Pac would say. Because Pac talks different. You know what I mean?
He does.
I like that they're saying that. So it was cool because Kidd. Oh, sorry. It wasn't commentary. Kidd was saying it to the camera.
Yeah.
Cassidy rolls Kidd up for 2, then Kidd with a heavy chop. Stun Dog Millionaire from Cassidy, diving DT for 2. PK and a tilt roll DT. Kidd counters Orange Punch by just smashing Cassidy, with the forearm. Stacks him up with the power for 2 right out of the kick out. Big knee smashes him in the face and a Saito suplex.
That sequence was awesome.
I thought that was great. Slaps of doom from Cassidy. Kidd spits at him. He goes for a power driver. Beach break for 2 from Cassidy. The finish comes when Cassidy's going for the Orange Punch. Kidd pulls the referee in the way just to cause a distraction. Gouges his eyes. Power driver for the win. Him and Connors beat down Cassidy after the match with Darby. Comes down to skateboard. Hits Kidd with it to take him out. Then code red to Connors. Then Kidd takes an Orange Punch and a skateboard stomp, and the faces stand tall.
Yeah, another good TV match. Obviously, Gabe Kidd has to win here because he's in a current program with Darby Allin, right? So
really good styles contrast, though. It's the kind of match that was the mark of Cassidy's title run, because while Cassidy lost here, the usual formula is Cassidy gets his ass beat most of the time, and the person looks good doing it, and then Cassidy would win. Obviously, in this case, he didn't, but it's reminiscent of that.
And it's a similar formula to what it'll be with Darby Allin too, right? Is Gabe Kidd gets to look vicious and brutal, and Darby Allin's going to try and survive, basically, right?
Yeah.
So I do feel like Cassidy is and this is going to be probably just us and not everyone else because they love Tony Storm, but I think he's a little bit of a victim of the Storm effect because he's coming off all that dancing and ring stuff with her.
Yeah.
So he's a little...
It rubs off the effect that his title reign had on him because the international run really raised his stock.
Yeah.
I think Tony Storm kind of does the opposite.
So I think this was pretty much what you'd expect, a lot of physicality, and that one little stretch off the orange punch attempt I thought was awesome. And then, he had to take a shortcut like eye gouge, right? And then hits a nice finisher for the win. So, and of course, Darby's coming out and furthering the feud there. So, I thought it was a good TV match. Not one of the better ones on the show, but nothing wrong with it for sure.
Yeah, I thought it was good, though. And Kid's just an absolute bruiser. You just smashed him. I think he's got such a brutal style that's really fun to watch.
Yeah.
The post-match stuff was solid, too. I think a tag match between Darby and Cassidy and the War Dogs
feels like it.
Sense.
Yeah, feels like it.
Maybe with the stipulation, I could see that. I think that'd be fun. Because I think that lends to everyone's style pretty well.
And you can have the War Dogs pick up a win because I assume Kid's going to lose.
And then, you could have, you could do some sort of stipulation match for the tag match just to make it more interesting. And then I would imagine a stipulation for Kid and Darby, since we already saw them face off at World's End last year. I could see them maybe having like a really bloody cage match if you want to keep Connors out of it.
Yeah.
I saw a cool vignette for Connors on Collision today, too. I thought it was neat.
Nice.
Just a nice bit for just him, right?
Yeah.
That was nice. Then we get the Rosa and Statlander interview. Rosa says the title Tekla has was made by women like her. She says things in Spanish. Statlander tells her to be careful. Rosa knows what she's doing. She challenges Sisters of Sin for a tag match on Collision. Statlander says to be careful again. Renee asks why Stat is so concerned. Statlander leaves. This was I'm not interested in or excited about Tekla versus Rosa. I'm glad we're at least getting it out of the way on TV so I don't have to pretend to care come pay-per-view time. And Statlander was fine for the little she was given. I'm not sure if it's a heel tease or not, but it was
is she turning heel again?
And
is she Kane / Big Show? Like, she seems to flip flop a lot.
It was that one face turn after she was with Stokely that really bothered me.
And it's supposed to be intriguing us as to like why is she so concerned about? But I don't really care.
No, me neither.
So it's a bit of a miss for me. And Thunder Rosa, we're kind of out on. So
I don't care about Thunder Rosa.
Agree.
Not even a little bit. Then we get with Excalibur cleaned as a standby match. It's Kevin Knight and Mansoor. I thought kind of cool for Mansoor was like inverted atomic drop right into a spine buster. I thought that was kind of clean. Jumping layer from Knight, middle rope perk and Rana, pendulum DDT, UFO splash. Knight gets the win. He says Hangman's gonna beat MJF's ass. He wants the first title shot.
Yeah, it's just an enhancement match, and then
keeps Knight hot. Like I like that they're at least like just kind of giving Knight solo wins.
Yes,
I'd like some for Speedball too.
Everybody wants a shot at the title. And I guess I'll talk about it here. I think it's great, and I think it's really making AEW feel different because
I like how hot, like the world title is such a hot commodity right now, and that's how it kind of should be.
And there's even tiers. You've got that group that are definitely main event, whatever. Then you've got kind of Brody King on the layer below that, and then you've got like Knight and Bailey who are saying they're going off to do single stuff kind of below that. And it just gives you so many matches to put on TV that feel like they are a little less random because they all really want that beautiful big belt, right?
And they're all like broadcasting that. Whereas like instead of just like it kind of being a given, it's like, okay, all these guys are trying to stake their claim.
And it's so simple and it's so realistic. Like, guess what? These are super competitive athletes who want whatever the top thing is, right? Yeah. So I think it's a really cool, even if it means the title, quote unquote, is hot potatoed around a little bit.
Like we could do a period of that because I feel like AEW's never really done that with the world title.
And it's kind of saying like, listen, we have a lot of really awesome talent here, and it's really hard to win a whole bunch of matches in a row against this talent. So maybe it's going to shift every couple months, and I'm kind of open to it because I think it's made some really good TV.
At the same time, I like the prospect of Ospreay beating MJF and then maybe Fletcher beating Ospreay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I am open to the hot potato idea, but at the same time, I see a vision, and I don't want that. But at the same time, if we hot potato it, why not hot potato it on the Hangman so we don't have to honor the stipulation?
I think that could be possible.
And which
that's coming up.
Perfect segue into Hangman MJF saying words to pick a match. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Yep.
MJF says Hangman's was awfully brave last week, but he's no historian because Hangman's about to be the second man in AEW to have their career ended by him because they couldn't challenge for the AEW World Title ever again. Nice Cody reference. And I was thinking, wait, no, Jericho beat Cody, but that was because MJF threw in the towel. And then remember, that's MJF's heel turn on Cody. So technically, MJF did cost him. So good pull. Good pull from MJF. He says the fans will not have a say in the stipulation for the match, but he's figured a way to decide. He suggests a coin toss, and he calls heads for his pick and tails for Hangman's. I liked that because when Hangman was like saying, "Oh, let's leave it to the fans," I was like, then MJF has no chance, right?
Yeah.
So I liked this on MJF's part because like he knows that the fans would never pick his side when it comes to Hangman. So it's like, why would he leave it to the fans' decision?
But
right?
he gave the coin to Tony, right? To flip, I think.
Yes.
And why didn't Tony look at? So I was irritated that they were not, that nobody was like, obviously MJF is like, this is like the oldest trick in the book, a two-headed coin.
Yeah, but I ended up liking that, which I'll get to obviously at the end. MJF's stipulation proposal is one-way no DQ, so obviously no DQ for him. Hangman has to wrestle normally. So it's one-way no DQ versus Texas Death. Hangman agrees, but says before they flip, he wants MJF to understand what they're doing tonight because Texas Death will change him. He asked who MJF would be if he dragged him over broken glass or tore his face apart barbed wire, knowing that MJF's usual tricks would mean nothing. He says for years MJF has called himself the devil, but this hell is his, which I really like that line. I thought that was really cool. And MJF doesn't stand a chance. He could beat MJF's ass in any match, but he has put his entire future on the line, and he wants this to be it. If he can't beat a piece of shit like MJF at Revolution, then he doesn't deserve the title, which I also like. He says he understands MJF, so he's willing to flip the coin, and he's feeling lucky tonight. MJF flips the coin. Shivani says it's head, so MJF wins out, and he leaves. Hangman tells him to wait. He tells MJF to give him the quarter. MJF's like, no, and he walks away. Jet Speed and Brodito come out to kind of cut him off, so I like that. And Brody King intimidates him back into the ring, which I also like. Cool for him. MJF asks how much of a dumbass do you think I am? There's no world where MJF would leave this a chance, so he wants the quarter. And it's like you said, it's a rigged coin. And so Shivani says TK made it a Texas Death match because MJF tried to rig it.
So I don't like how they got here. I don't understand still what's happening. Why? Correct me if I'm wrong. Would this not have been just way more straightforward to have? Because Paige has earned the match, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So he wants Texas Death. MJF is saying no, 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 no. And then MJF goes, fine, I'll give you Texas Death, but if you lose, you never get to challenge again. Boom, done, simple. Because I still don't know what happened here. Explain it to me.
They both want a stipulation, and they picked one.
I hated how they got here. I'm fine with, obviously, a Texas Death, but isn't my way cleaner?
Yes, and I think that makes more sense.
For weeks, MJF's chickening out, and he's like, give me Texas Death, and then he finally goes, okay, put your title shot forever on the line.
Hangman staked the career thing on, or like the title challenge on like getting
so
this.
He already had earned the match, then he was willing to give up any future titles. Like, I hate how they got here. I'm surprised that it was so poorly planned and delivered, actually.
I didn't hate it. I liked what they both said, and I like that Hangman was at least smart enough, even though like you're right that Shivani should have called that.
Yeah.
But I like that Hangman was willing to stake it on.
I would have been furious if they didn't.
Because he knew that like
and
it's full of shit. So I like that. I think you raised some valid concerns though, but overall I like this enough. And I like what they did here. Like I liked it, and Texas Death is always a winning stipulation.
Yes.
Makes me feel more like Hangman has a chance, but then that also makes me more fearful that he doesn't have.
At the end of the day, like I don't like how we got here, but Texas Death, cool, obviously.
Yeah.
And without the stipulations for Hangman, I would have just assumed like MJF's for sure winning. So it does add, like, I don't know who wins now. So that at the end of the day is good because I like not knowing.
At the end of the day, I think I'm gonna pick Hangman because I can't accept he would not challenge for the title.
Right, and I think
it's an interesting story, but I don't want to find out.
And I don't think that they can think, they being whoever's in charge of AEW, that it was a good idea. Like it worked out well with Cody. Like they can't be
That's
sitting.
also because Cody never wanted to turn heel and go back on the same position. Cody could have turned heel, done like an evil EVP gimmick like the Bucks did, and he could have gone back on the same position. So I do think that's partially on Cody because there's every chance that like Hangman, and like I said, there could be a situation where he's forced to go back on his word, and that would be interesting at some point.
Yes,
But I'm not sure if I want to wait that out because
I
I want
agree.
Hangman to be the guy.
So it
You know what I
does
mean?
create like I don't know who's going to win now, and before I was really confident. So
I agree.
at the end of the day, I just think this is one of the most clunky ways to get there, and I'm a little
I
surprised.
do kind of agree now that you like kind of pointed out.
Right, and offered a better alternative. I think, like in my mind, a way better alternative to get
I
to the
think
same.
that's what should have been done last week. Yeah,
Right.
which kind of like I do think they overconvoluted it a bit.
Yep. Because I was still not really sure why would Hangman offer up so much when he's earned the match already? Like it's different if MJF's ducking
I
him,
think
but he
it
earned
was
the shot.
he did earn the shot, but it's because he wanted Texas.
I
back.
know.
But then they overcomplicated from
I
there.
think so too.
Then there's a Brawling Birds promo. This was it was kind of weird.
I thought there's a little bit of chemistry there.
Yeah,
And
just like they're just really drilling the name hard, and I hate when they do that.
They are for sure.
I did say this. At least they haven't rated Lyra's wardrobe yet.
True.
Because they're going hard with the birds thing.
They are. But I thought I don't know, they seemed to it
wasn't bad. It was just I don't know.
One decent line and their energy was kind of good. So I'm open to it because I kind of like both of them, and we have a women's tag division and people keep getting hurt. So
speaking of the women's tag division and people getting hurt,
exactly.
It's time for the women's tag title matches. Babes of Wrath and Mega Bad.
Yeah.
Basement cross body from Willow and a running knee from Harley to Ford, which gets followed by like that backpack senton move they do. Suicide dive from Bane. Ford the moonsault to floor, reportedly where she got hurt. Harley spikes Bane with a tilt-a-whirl DT. Willow tags into the hot tag flurry. Spinebuster from Willow for 2. The finish comes when Lena Cross comes in, hits Willow with the tag house to cause a DQ. The faces get beat down afterwards. This one it was okay. It's kind of like most of the tag matches where like they're not bad, just not interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get this one slack because like obviously things didn't go to plan.
You kind of have to throw it out, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't really catch much flack from me.
No,
just because it's not their fault.
I thought the exchange between Willow and Bane was pretty cool.
I think that's an interesting TBS title match maybe for Revolution since Ford's out. Maybe like that's not a program you want to do unless you want to do Babes of Wrath against Ford and Cross.
And I had already forgotten who Lena Cross was. I texted you like, am I supposed to know who that is? And then as I'm texting you, am I supposed to know who that is? As she walks up beside Bane, it remind like the memory of, oh yeah, it's the woman that's bigger than Bane. Because I remember being like, damn, she's bigger than Bane even. But from if this is real, what a stupid move by Lena Cross. Like, why not just let Megan Bane try to win the match and maybe lose?
Apparently they did it because like they want to have heel Megan Bane fighting from underneath against the baby faces, which that totally makes sense.
Yes.
But yeah, if we're taking kayfabe to be real, it doesn't make sense.
Like, I'm gonna take you from maybe having a chance, even though you're on your own, to definitely losing by just walking in front of the ref and getting you DQ'd. Right.
Yeah.
So, but I get it. They had to figure something out, and it was weird because I knew that Ford got hurt there, and so she executes the moonsault, and yes, Harley Cameron's taking heat, and it does look like she kind of moved out of the way a little bit, but then she walked on it and got up on the apron.
I don't know if she hurt her leg or not, though. I don't remember what she hurt.
Then she sat. I think it's the same leg that she came back from.
That really sucks for her.
It does. I feel, and not that even I think she's amazing or anything, but like, and once you kind of get labeled as injury prone, like they're less likely to have stuff for you, right? So that's too bad. But hopefully she recovers well.
Hey, since Wayne's back, that means Kip Sabian's back.
That's true. I guess so.
Right in another match, it's Brody King and Dunkzilla.
Dunkzilla, indeed.
In terms of Haas fights on paper, I don't think it gets much better than
this. Is a modern Haas fight where, yes, they can do the Haas stuff with strikes and lariats, but they can also wrestle, right? So, yeah.
This is as good as it gets, I think, these days. Davis misses a senton. King hits one of his own. Death Valley driver from King. Backtop suplex from Davis. King with the suicide dive. I like this sequence. Davis is going for like a hip attack with Brody King sitting on a chair in the corner of the barricade. King moves, and so Davis lands on the chair. He's perfectly set up for King's like barricade crossbody. I thought that was a really neat way to set that up. Clothesline exchange with like a wrist lock held. We get German strokes from Davis. King comes back with backdrop suplex. Davis comes back with a big lariat. They're both down. Davis tries to block lariat with that bad hand when he hit the ring post in the match with Moxley last week. So that was a callback. And then King clobbers him with a lariat, another lariat, and King gets the win. After the match, King says he wants Swerve to look him in the eye and tell him he's not who he says he is. And he wants a match at Revolution. We see Swerve and on backstage, and they walk away from a monitor. They were not standing adjacent to it, so I don't think they actually saw it.
They don't know what they're doing.
Bandito wants to fight Revolution 2, and Andrade comes out.
So yes, it gives me like a dream match, dream match for me.
Crazy. I thought this was a really fun slugfest. Not the point. Strong match here. I thought these guys are just really fun to watch. I had loved Davis. He's always going to lose, but he's just so good. He continues to put in good showings. I think he's so underrated because Fletcher's obviously like Davis, as good as he is. If we're picking one, he's the Jannetty of the two. But like Davis is so great, and I think I love his work. He's so fun to watch.
Is he getting a mini Kyle Fletcher thing? Remember when Davis gets hurt, we realize how good Fletcher is. So now Jake something gets hurt, and we're like, damn, Davis just keeps having bangers, losing everyone. But
and then you just need someone else to get injured so Doyle can get it.
So
it's just like
this Russian nesting doll of like injuries, and
it's a revolving door of tag injuries. So yeah, but like, and then I like the post match because we're setting up King Swerve, which is a really unique match we've never gotten.
Awesome.
It's a feud over a simple thing where Swerve seems to excel at, right? Like I was saying with Omega and Hangman, his feuds start from a simple point, but they get really personal.
Yes.
I think it's his strength, right? Kind of, and same thing with Ricochet. Even when Swerve's a babyface, it's like he just humiliates Ricochet once, and that becomes really personal. So that's where he really excels. And if Kenny is occupied in real life because he's going to Japan, and Fabe injured, why not give Brody King something to do? Keeps them both prominent, and King doesn't have to win this feud, right? Because I think Swerve obviously is probably more important right now.
Yeah.
But I might be more excited like you at the prospect of Andrade Bandito because I don't really need a reason to see that.
No.
You just tell them it's on a card.
Give them 20 minutes and just let me.
Give them like 25 even. Like that's a match that I'll like run across the earth.
I love the simplicity of, because again, like these elite athletes and their egos, somebody else calling someone else the most dangerous, that's enough for Swerve to be like, oh hell no, right? Like that's me.
Prove me wrong,
and Brody
right?
King going so let's figure this out. Like super simple. Still, one of my favorite things was that stupid redacted Velveteen Dream, the whole Say My Name. Like that was such a simple feud, but I loved it. So I love this Haas fight. I'm on board for the matches it's set up in the aftermath.
I agree. I think I was trying not to tell you, but then I kind of had to tell you about Andrade Bandito because I was like, that's too good not to just tell you.
That's a current dream match
crazy.
For me.
That's crazy. Then we get a Kyle Fletcher interview. Renee asked him about what Ciampa said about getting the title back. He says Ciampa came here, but because we're the best wrestler, but Ciampa came up against him and he lost. Sylvie's not going anywhere because now it's Pinky and he's the greatest TNT champion.
I thought you might like that, Pinky.
I did like that.
Yeah,
that's funny. Okada comes in, says they both constantly been champions, unlike Takeshita.
So good.
And he considers Fletcher his best friend, and he suggests Pro Okada team up for the first time, and Fletcher agrees. This was solid. I don't mind if the slow build for Okada Takeshita is just Okada constantly being a shit disturber for no reason. The fact that he's continuously dragging Takesha's name through the mud while nobody's talking, like nobody brings him up here. Fletcher doesn't mention him once, but Okada's like, hey, we're both champions. Takesha sucks. Like, it's so funny. It's like when he would work and bitch into like a million different things, and it was really funny. It's like this is his new thing. You know what I mean?
I loved it.
It's so funny.
He gets so much out of so little. Like his delivery is like you couldn't deliver it better than he does.
It's so funny.
It's so and because it's partly because of the, like, I'm going to use the word the teens use, but use it correctly. Like the aura he has, right? Like Fletcher has to feel honored that this guy wants to tag with him, right? Because of Okada's status.
And super guy.
He's like one of the all-time greats coming out of New Japan. So it's an honor. So that's why they can't really be like, dude, and stick up for Takeshita, because Okada's status gives him leeway to be like, to do what he's doing.
Sorry, Takeshita wasn't that big in Japan, right? Like not as big. He's gotten bigger since coming to the States.
Sure.
I mean, right? Like,
no, Okada's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I think he's great. I will say Takeshita is a champion now.
So are we? Yeah, he is. Are we getting?
He won He won the ugly brown rectangle. Did I tell you that? I don't remember.
You did.
I think I said Takeshita won the ugly belt.
So we're
I
getting.
hate that belt so much. If he brings that belt on TV, I'm gonna cry.
We're getting Fletcher Ciampa again. Sounds like.
Maybe. That's fine.
So I've heard somebody speculate that Takeshita beats Moxley for the title, and then we have 3 of Callis's guys facing off to unify 3 titles. Yes, please.
No.
Get rid of some titles.
That's going too far.
NXT has too many as well now.
I think we keep the TNT title because it's a TV title. I think you put Okan and Moxley's belts back together.
I don't even know all the belts, I don't think. International? Continental?
Yeah. Yes.
What's the third one?
I'm not telling you. You have to figure it out before I get to the main event.
International, Continental.
If you don't get it, you're gonna laugh.
Which one does Fletcher have? Fletcher has the International?
No, that's Okada's.
TBS?
No, that's
TNT?
There you go.
Okay, I got all 3. Yeah. Who has which? I honestly don't know.
Ricochet's.
Sorry?
The one I really want to figure out. What's Ricochet's belt?
Oh, crap. He has one too.
This is the one I think is really funny because if you don't get it, it's really amusing to me.
I don't know.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
National.
Oh, so it's not my fault. This is stupid. You have 18 belts and they're named the same thing.
That's why I said I was going to be bothered if they split the unified title, because now we exist in a world where we have the national and international title. But then the national title got defended in Mexico. So now the national title is an international title.
So there's 4 mid-card belts at least. Too many. We got to.
That's why I
actually would like the Callis family facing off to get it down to 1 belt, and Ricochet can have his, and away we go.
No, I want Ricochet's belt to go away. And then I say we unify the 2 that were unified, because that's how unifications work.
So
then the Fletcher's belt doesn't need to be unified because that's like a TV title. We need a TV title.
Oh, there's your new quiz: is what are the mid-card titles and who has them? You could ask me that every week.
You know who's champion, you just don't remember which one's
correct. I know who has belts. What belts they are, no idea.
So like off the top of your head, pun intended, you could tell me who has belts right now because you just did, right? Like
yeah,
it's in like world champion. Obviously, you know that.
Yes, and tag champions and trios. It's all the singles ones that other than the main one.
Yeah,
I don't know.
All the men's mid card titles.
That's right.
Okay. Anyways, now it's main event time. It's the Demand and FTR taking on Jack Perry, the Rascals, and the Young Bucks.
So good luck to you.
Mile High Madness, anything goes.
Good luck to you taking notes on this one, because I even put damn, I'm glad I am not taking notes on this one.
Yeah, so the Demand attack Perry during his entrance. The Bucks dive onto the heels. The Rascals come out as Tarzan Boy is still playing. FTR and the Bucks brawl into the crowd as the other guys are at ringside. Cash pushes Stokely in his wheelchair to knock Nick down the stairs in the crowd. Tarzan Boy is still playing. It's very Anarchy in the Arena feeling.
Very.
I thought Tarzan Boy's done. It paused and then it replayed again. The crowd cheers.
They Jey Uso'd it.
I like that. It's Tarzan Boy, so I won't complain this time. Perry with a Hurricane Rana on the floor to Khan, then jumping DDT to Ricochet. Khan drop kicks into the barricade. Leona pounces him over the barricade, I think maybe through the timekeeper's table. Tarzan Boy stops, but the fans are still singing. Cash goes for a pile driver on the floor. Nick, but he gets backdropped onto a chair. Leona has Desmond Xavier and military press on the stage, trying to throw him off. Myron Reed comes in, running interference, sprays him with a fire extinguisher, hits him with it to knock him in the ring. Then we have the ring level ramp. So he runs the ramp, jumps over the ropes, and hits a cutter.
I thought he looked really great. Cool. The cutter looked crazy. It was like a diving
awesome.
Cutter.
Yeah. He takes it back, tries to dive on FTR on the floor. They catch him, slam him on the table. And so Reed's not in the match. So that's the extent of his involvement.
Yes, but he looked great for the seconds he was in.
Suicide dive from Perry to FTR. He hits them with a vacuum. And then he takes the dust canister out and smashes it over Leona's face. Dust flies everywhere. I thought that was
everywhere. Awesome. Like you couldn't have filled more dust in that canister, I don't think.
Great though.
It really was a cool visual.
And then a diving DDT from Perry for 2. The Demand break it up. Nick just hucks a trash can at Khan's face. Then assisted sliced bread from the Bucks to Khan, and then Nick hucks it at his face again. I thought that looked great. Then double foot stop powerbomb to Ricochet from the Bucks. Then Nick hits a swanton to Ricochet with a trash can. Crumples beautifully.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful for a 2 count there. The Rascals and the Bucks take turns super kicking FTR. Then we get double super kick to both members. Leona is holding both Bucks. The Rascals take him out at the knees. Then a quintuple super kick to Leona looked awesome. Nick with a dive to the pile, then a shooting star from Xavier to the pile. Perry goes for a pile driver on Leona, but he gets backdrop out of the ring through a table. Wentz with a flurry to Dax, and then Cash. The Demand hit a really cool corner barrage to Xavier. We get a double team superplex from Khan and Dax. Then Cash with a splash. Leona with the diving headbutt, and then Springboard 450 from Ricochet. So it's kind of like a double powerplex type thing.
And
I thought it was really cool.
And the camera angle for especially when Ricochet hit the springboard for it looked awesome.
I thought that was really awesome.
It was.
The other faces end up breaking the pin. The Rascals, the tandem Spanish fly off the barricade to Ricochet through a table.
And I rewound that because Wentz kind of landed on his head delivering that, but he was fine.
The crowd is chanting 2 more tables because there's 2 more
and
setups.
They did.
People giggle a lot.
And they got it too.
They did. Perry went for a sunset flip powerbomb to Leona. It gets blocked. Bucks the double super kick. So then Perry's able to powerbomb him through a table. Then 1 more table.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
And then that was
the Bucks throw Cash through like the rope. So basically he does a suicide dive and takes out Dax, and they go through a table. Double super kick from the Bucks and a hot fire flame from the Rascals to Khan. Then Ricochet takes a BT trigger. Ricochet takes a destroyer from Perry, then a BT trigger, then the glass Johnny from Perry for the win. I was really curious to see what you thought about this match.
Oh, it was super fun. I feel like
I absolutely loved this. I thought this was insanity, but man, it was awesome.
I think has it been 3 weeks in a row where you could argue main events are TV match of the year nominees?
Yeah,
like I thought Swerve Omega was
Swerve was Andrade Omega main event? I don't remember.
So there's been anyways, this match was crazy. I thought it was super fun. I thought like Lanoa looked like a beast for a little while. Everybody
it up finally. We've been on such a good run.
What do you mean?
Leona.
Oh, sorry. Leona, yeah. He looked like a beast. Everybody got to do some stuff. And again, I thought like Myron Reed for the few minutes he was there, the crowd was pretty into the stuff he was doing. That diving cutter was crazy. But yeah, this was like I don't know if the match matters at all. I mean, I think it's going to get us Jack Perry and Ricochet again.
I think it furthers FTR feuding with the Rascals and the Bucks, kind of.
But it was like an empty calorie buffet, and sometimes that's just super enjoyable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had so much fun watching this, even though I had to take notes. I had heard good things from people about this beforehand.
It was nonstop.
And I saw a couple spots, but I tried to avoid getting spoiled on the spots because I wanted to like watch this, and I really enjoyed this. I think there's a lot of guys involved, so it was kind of like stuff happening constantly, but like it was so much fun.
It was
like
really good.
It got a lot of time, it felt like, too.
It did.
And I can't complain because the action was just constant and crazy. I thought the arena brawling and music playing in the early stretch was reminiscent of Anarchy in the Arena, which I love because that's one of my favorite parts of that match type. I thought playing Tarzan Boy was really fun. I think that was part of what made this so fun, is that like it felt like a version of Anarchy in the Arena made for free TV.
Yes.
There's so much to love here. Like Goa smashed the crap out of Perry. The Bucks beat the tar out of Khan with a trash can. Myron Reed had a really sick cameo. Perry had a vacuum. Some crazy table spots. I thought Wentz went on a tear at one point. 5-way super kick to Leona. Ricochet took a crazy ending stretch there, which likely sets up another match with him and Perry, which is cool. This is just the best kind of chaos. I thought it incorporated a couple different feuds, so I really like this. Maybe not stakes here, but it was just so much fun. So like, it was so enjoyable. Like, it didn't give me much time to think other than that. Like, man, did I love this? I thought it was great. I think I saw it got 5 stars, which is crazy.
It was pretty fun. It felt like a multi-man pay-per-view match, right?
Yeah.
It was great.
I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be people who nitpick this, but I don't know how you could watch this and not enjoy yourself, because like I was through the roof after this match. I thought it was just so much fun. I actually watched it again today because I was bored.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to watch.
And this is kind of like why Rascals are fun to have, because they can do stuff like this.
They're a really fun part of this, I thought. Yeah.
They can like hang with the Bucks and doing that same kind of stuff, sort of thing. So,
do you want me to go first on the show again? Because I know I do have my thing.
I'm pretty staunchly set in my grade. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So another strong episode, I thought. Like, it feels it's already shaping up to be a strong year for Dynamite because we've been consistently enjoing it. A couple notable segments I thought was Swerve, which I liked. I liked the Hangman MJF stuff, even with the nitpicks. I thought like the promo itself still great. Both of them felt notable, which I liked. Okada really amused me, and then we set up pay-per-view plans for both Brodito guys, which I thought was quality. And then the matches I thought generally really delivered this week. I thought the opener was great. I thought Gabe Kidd Cassidy was enjoyable. I thought Knight, he looked good at least. The women's tag match, I will not dock anything for.
Yeah, it's just kind of we got to throw that one out a bit, you know.
And then Brody King Davis is really good, and then the main event was just one of the most fun matches I've seen in recent memory. I think the show was booked in really well. I may just be on a high, which is pun intended, but I'm gonna go with the name my ass because I really enjoyed things this week.
I'm pretty close.
And the main event was just, I don't know, I enjoyed it too much.
I'm firmly a B+. I loved Mox Clone, Haas fight, and the main event. The Hangman MJF stuff bugs me a bit, just the way they got there. And then the women's tag obviously was a little bit disappointing. And then an enhancement match I'm not sure we needed. But other than that, like AEW for me, Dynamite is just firing right now. Every week's a B+, A- range for us lately.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's a lot of that main event scene. There's just all kinds of guys that want the title, and it creates a really cool dynamic for the show, I think.
And then you have some good feuds going on with like Takeshita Mox or Takeshita Okada.
Right.
FTR Bucks, and then you have Moxley putting out good matches every week. You have some crazy multi-matches where it's like those trios matches that we've been liking, or this main event this week, which is just like, what even was that? But like, it was great. So they've been firing out some great stuff lately, which is great because the other company is just there.
I'm looking forward to Revolution already, and the card's not even set, so pretty exciting stuff. All right, that wraps that up, and we'll shift gears, getting into a little bit of trivia before going back to talking more wrestling. We call it Off the Top of His Head. So this week we're going to go with, it is dark matches that led to big pushes. I don't know, because I literally put into AI, I put like, I've been doing a podcast for 5 years now, and I've been doing trivia, so I need some new ideas. So it spit that out for me, so it sounds okay. So here's number 1. And I think there's like 15, unless some of them suck, and then I'll chop them. Before debuting as part of a faction in late 2012, this powerhouse impressed officials in several dark matches at main roster tapings while still developing in FCW and NXT.
Is it Reigns?
It is Roman Reigns. All right, so that's kind of, and that's how I cut out, they put the Shield before debuting with the Shield. I thought that was a little too easy.
Narrows it down.
In 2002, this future megastar wrestled dark matches before episodes of Raw and SmackDown shortly after his OVW call-up, convincing management to present him, I'll say prominently, or else they were going to use a catchphrase. Yes, because they said present him as the next big thing. And
I thought that's what you were going to say.
No, but yes. Before joining a faction in 2015, again, I'm taking the name of the faction out, this giant impressed WWE during dark matches against established roster members, helping earn his monster debut push.
Strowman.
Braun Strowman is correct. What's helping you most, like the year?
Year and big guy, and also joining the faction. I was like, that's when he was the new guy for the Wyatts.
Right. While still NXT champion in 2015-16, this future Universal champion worked several dark matches on the main roster to test crowd reactions before his official call-up.
Owens?
Nope.
You said, sorry.
15-16.
But again?
Still NXT champion in 2015 and 16.
Balor?
Yes. If this is even true. In 2014, this powerhouse worked dark matches and untelevised appearances before launching his undefeated streak on the main roster.
Ryback?
No. I think that's too late. 2014. Recently returned to WWE. Sorry?
I'm just trying to think who's recently returned.
I thought you just said his name.
No.
And has been disappointingly not pushed. He came back for a main... Yeah, Rusev.
Yeah.
Before his breakout year in 2005, again, member of a prominent faction, impressed management in dark matches and house show appearances that helped fast-track his rise to the world title scene.
Debut in 05?
Yeah.
In a faction?
He was in a faction eventually. He didn't debut in that faction. He ended up in a big faction where it made a couple stars. Think of the, what was it called? Ruthless Aggression era?
Yeah.
So a champion that kind of came up in that era. Now an actor, not a wrestler. Nope. He's not a wrestler anymore.
Cena?
He's in movies you love. Marvel even.
Oh, Batista.
Yeah, Batista. If that's right. Again, we're trusting him. 2016, future WWE champion wrestled several dark matches on SmackDown tapings shortly before debuting on the main roster. I don't know if that's true. Debuted on at a major PLE. I'll say that.
And no.
Debuted on Rumble, didn't he? 2016?
Oh, Styles?
Yeah.
What was the hint again? Just to see if it's
future
right.
WWE champion wrestled several dark matches on SmackDown. No, he didn't.
I don't
Because
think
people would have known.
Yeah.
So no.
I don't think that's right.
Before becoming a breakout star of the women's division in 2015, this wrestler worked dark matches on Raw and SmackDown while still featured primarily in NXT.
Banks.
Correct. Prior to her official main roster debut during the Women's Revolution era, this NXT standout tested crowd reactions in dark matches at WWE TV tapings.
NXT standout, you said?
Yes.
What's the timeline again?
Didn't give a timeline. It's a her.
Okay, sorry.
Same era as Banks, I'll say.
Okay, Bailey.
Nope. Try another one.
Lynch.
Nope. The other one.
Flair.
Correct. That one's a duplicate. They did Strowman again. Before becoming a major star during the Ruthless Aggression era, this future WWE champion impressed in dark matches following SmackDown tapings in the early 2000s.
Cena.
Correct. Prior to becoming one of WWE's top baby faces in the mid-2000s, this wrestler worked dark matches after being called up from OVW and quickly gained momentum with management.
Dark matches I've worked with OVW.
In mid-2000s, he was a top baby face in the mid-2000s. Still a huge star. You just mentioned him.
All right.
Off. We talked about him off air in between the last two segments.
Cody.
Nope.
Orton.
Correct. Because you said he won the Elimination Chamber.
Yay.
Crazy. 2014-15, this future world champion was frequently placed in dark matches against main roster veterans to evaluate crowd reactions before a bigger TV role and as part of a major faction again.
Sorry, you said 2014-15?
Yep. Part of a very popular faction that you loved.
Undisputed Era?
No.
Your group? Okay, so it's none of them.
Same faction we already talked about in this trivia.
Is it Rollins?
Mm-hmm. Rollins is correct. Before becoming a dominant champion in NXT and later on main roster, this wrestler gained positive reactions in dark matches during WWE TV tapings in 2017.
The dark matches are in 2017?
Yeah, that's what it says, yeah.
Okay, wait, sorry, give me the...
Before becoming a dominant NXT champion and later on main roster, gained positive reactions in dark matches in 2017, basically.
McIntyre?
Correct. You know, the hint I was going to give you that was going to get you there probably pretty fast was when we saw him at an NXT show, I couldn't believe how big he is. Like when you see him in real life and not super far away, you're like, my God, that dude is an action figure. He's crazy. Last one. Early in his WWE run after signing in 2013, this powerhouse, true, had several dark matches that helped establish him as a future main event level attraction. I would suggest never got pushed as high as he should, and now has retired due to injury.
Big E?
Correct. Big E Langston. Should have been a bigger star. Don't know what they were waiting for with that guy.
I just saw a video of him and Kit Wilson doing hip swivels.
Guy had everything, and they just
I don't know why they
wouldn't do it.
I could think of a reason.
Anyways, that was you could think of a reason. Yeah, it's
I'm not saying it's valid. But
linked to intolerance, general intolerance.
Yeah,
that's going to wrap up our trivia. Last segment where we just talk about other stuff we saw from the week of wrestling. It's going to be a tiny bit of Raw and mostly NXT. It's Highspots and Restholds. Raw this week. A few things. We talked about the Reed injury. That was a big thing. Oh my God, I laughed so hard. The Natty and Maxine stuff. Did you watch it?
I saw the finish.
There was no match. It was just basically she threw her into the post, right? And then she laid...
Oh, I thought that was the match.
She lay dead on the floor, and then Natty attacked her. It was like the most... we've seen people fly into the ring post and make it look impactful. Like I think
I
Darby.
remember Mustafa Ali used to sell it like a champ.
Darby has done it as well. I think Javon Evans.
Like Darby's done it like nobody's business too.
So to put it lightly, this was not one of those. But she sold it. She just lay face down on the floor, and then Natty. So Natty, who's doing basically a Ronda Rousey, Marina Shafir gimmick now. It was comical.
Stop pretending that Natty is like anything.
I agree. It's too far.
Why are we in 2026 pretending that like Natty's like some rough like shoot wrestler?
And it was the most obvious turn in the world. Like you knew it was coming from 20 miles away.
And she's like, wearing a mouth guard and like wearing black and it says, "Now, oh, cool, you're changing." Like it's dumb.
It's really bad.
It's Natalia. She farts. This is not what she does. Like,
so yeah,
trying to it's like, so you're telling me no. You're telling me that you had Shayna Baszler on your roster and you're like, nah. But then you're like, Natalia. Like what?
I know.
She did this shoot wrestler gimmick in Bloodsport and NWA, and you're like, oh yeah, let's do that. Let's have her feud Maxine Dupree. Like, no, what? Why? I don't get it. It's stupid. It's dumb, and it's boring. It's Natalia. It's like if you like turn Ziggler heel, but like in a way. No, actually, I like Ziggler. So, but like, I'm only saying Ziggler because he's like also perennially like mid card in there. But it's like you tried to make him like a shoot fighter.
Yeah.
It's like when they tried to have him use a sleeper hold as his finisher in like 2011 or whatever. It doesn't work. Natty's lame. It doesn't work.
No, it was, and this was just funny. Like Maxine running into the ring post, kind of, and then being like dead.
Like why for this kind of push will we pick Natty? Why not like Lola Vice? Or
that's what I'm saying. There's so
Natalia.
Yes.
Just not Natalia.
I know. It's like, funny.
Again, you had Shayna Baszler on your roster a year ago, and you couldn't have thought of this then.
Where's Jessamine Duke? She could have done this.
Where's Jessamine Duke when you need her?
Is she fight or play?
She's fight.
Yeah, where's fight?
Where's
fight on.
Fight? See, Shafir's kind of cool now, so it's like she's risen above being called play, but I'll still call her fight.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't done anything since that run. But like, why? I don't get it.
It's so bad. I laughed.
I don't get it. It's so dumb.
I was entertained for all the wrong reasons by that bit.
Trying to make me care about Natalia in 2026. She's been here since like the dinosaur age. Let's stop.
Lesnar open challenge. I'm like,
no, don't care. No,
he's not going to try, so it doesn't really matter.
They're not even trying.
And
this is the build.
Plus, his presence is one of the reasons I'm kind of okay with not really following WWE very closely anymore. So go ahead.
They did the laziest build for the laziest guy. Like, I'm so over. I mean, I've been over Lesnar, but like nowadays, I'm so over Lesnar because, like, I mean, he's a tool for one. He can't be bothered unless there's really something in it for him, or like if you're like lucky enough to be someone he likes working with. But like, I think back to an example, like the one that really bothers me because he's my guy is Mania 32, which is the first Mania I watched, the one 10 years ago now.
Yeah. He
has that no holds barred street fight with Ambrose, and Ambrose has all these ideas to make it like some wacky, like something entertaining, and Brock doesn't want to do it. So like Brock's just like, nah, and he like phones it in, and that's why that match was terrible.
Yep.
So it's just like I don't care about Brock, and it's like in the rumor mill is saying Brock LA Knight. You couldn't interest me less unless you put Damian Priest in that match. Like,
I know,
which I don't know why Damian Priest is catching strays, but he bores me. So he will.
They're just so confident that Lesnar versus anyone is a draw because Brock Lesnar, and I think
the sucky part is that they're not really wrong.
It's true because the WWE fans will lap that up.
I heard that it was gonna be like Brock takes someone's spot in the Chamber match, and then that's how they set up a Mania feud. That didn't happen unless he's the one who took out Jey Uso. And if you're telling me you're gonna book Brock Lesnar versus Jey Uso in a Mania in 2026, screw you. I'm not watching that.
They took the laziest route they could. Open challenge
for this. Like, if mark my words, if they do Brock Lesnar Jey Uso, I will not watch that match. Even if we watch Mania, I will not. I refuse to watch Brock Lesnar Jey Uso.
On principle.
Like, Jey Uso is terrible and Brock Lesnar's a dirtbag, so I do not want to watch that.
The only other thing I made note of is that Liv Morgan confirmed her WrestleMania opponent, and it's Vaquer. And
as if there's any doubt, Cargill's a heel.
The way Vaquer has been booked, love her, but she doesn't feel important. I don't.
Here's how I see
Liv's winning for sure.
I don't I don't know. Only because here's how I see it going: is they're gonna do some story where Raquel and Liv are like kind of having tension over this, and Vicaire is gonna be a third wheel in this feud. I think.
I think
I
Liv's
could
going to
see
be
it happening,
babyface champion, maybe,
and then Raquel turns on her.
probably. Because I
And
just
then,
think they haven't really done much with Vicaire. I don't think they're thrilled with her run, and I think Liv is hot.
yeah, it
So
sucks because Vicaire is capable of better.
I love her, but they don't know what to do with her. It's
Um,
because like when I love you because you're a really good wrestler, that's the crap that doesn't matter once you get to WWE, right?
once you get to
So
main roster, even because NXT usually fared better than this.
yes, so it's because like I love people because they're really good wrestlers in the ring, and that isn't a thing in WWE.
That is not a thing.
So does it? That's part of the problem. NXT. This was a super notable episode. We had title changes, lots. We had heel
Yeah,
turns.
I did see that.
So very notable stuff. The show starts with Vanity Project. I would say rightfully so, becoming NXT Tag Team
I saw
Champions.
that. That's a good move. I think.
So they defeated Dark State in about 12 minutes. So this match was about, in the beginning, Vanity Project are too small to deal with Osiris Griffin. They're like bouncing off of him. He's catching them, right? And then
I forgot to say his name. I'm notorious for remembering.
what? Sorry,
I always forget how to say his name.
Osiris.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Sugars tags in and they isolate him forever. And even commentary are basically saying like the only chance they have to win is to keep Sugars in. It was like this was a theme of like big guys are really good was the theme of this show, and it'll come back around.
Oh yeah, because chains.
So Drake gets involved, puts Baylor's foot on the ropes to break up a pin at one point. The ref sort of admonishing Drake. Tony D shows up. Did you see that? It's too bad because it's directly into the finish. He spine busters, quote unquote, Sugars on the apron, but it was like 30%. It was not good. And that was
like how Baylor just kind of like got rolled into the pin though.
Yes, the way he pushed him in and he just rolled right on top. And
that was really cool. It's very reminiscent of Ethan Page's NXT title win.
Yeah.
Like that.
So the match itself was decent. All of the booking makes sense to me. Tony D did vow like whatever he's getting back at every member of Dark State. So this is step 1 or whatever, I guess. And then
it's like
step 2 because he
beat
Squash Cutler. Sorry, step 2. And then you have the undersized young heel team winning a match they're not really supposed to win, which I also like
a decent length run where they just keep like retaining the title by the skin of their teeth.
I agree because they're so hateable.
I think you give, just obviously we know because spoilers, but like I say you give Miles Moore a bit of a run, but give Jackson Drake that belt. Because the Evolve belt is nothing for him. But
and again, it's muddying the waters with too many belts coming through from other places.
It's kind of like the AEW ROH effect of like 2022 remember when Tony Khan bought ROH, but they didn't have a TV deal, so all the ROH belts were floating on AEW TV. So it's kind of that. Like it's not that NXT has too many belts; it just has too many belts in its orbit.
Yes.
Because you also have, I guess not anymore, but you had the AAA mixed titles on there as well.
TNA belts coming in, Evolve belts coming in.
Right. So like it's not necessarily that NXT has too many titles, but there's too many titles in the orbit for sure. Right. Kind of what AEW had going on with ROH in the picture.
Yeah.
And I guess New Japan belts are floating about in AEW sometimes. So it's definitely like that's kind of the TNA AAA effect, right?
And credit to the NXT decision makers because they seem to have realized that this young tag team of Swipe Right or Vanity Project,
the group in general, right? Because I think Jackson Drake's group
they're far more interesting than many of the established teams that are going around right now. So I think giving them
having value in like the black and gold era, which that's usually my compliment for NXT people these days, which I'll talk about another guy later, which I know you talked about.
So giving them like an early title run while they're hot makes sense. And the other thing is like, I don't hate Dark State, but they've done nothing for the titles and the titles have done nothing for them. Like nothing. Yeah. Right? Like, so you may as well shift it off of them. And Tony D, fine, it furthers his story with them. Great. So I think this all made sense, and the belts are on somebody way more interesting. Yeah. So and the match itself was good, so I'm fine with it. Keanu Carver beat Sean Legacy in like 4 minutes, and it was sort of again this recurring theme of like Legacy is too small, Carver's too big and powerful. Legacy showcases a bit of his shows off a bit of his athleticism, loses quickly. Carver's got like a suplex lift into a power slam, but not what was Goldberg's thing?
Jackhammer.
Not a jackhammer. He kind of falls frontward instead. I think it's a new finisher. He's gone through a couple. It looks better, but he works really slowly and deliberately. He does look like a badass, but I don't
like his gear.
So this is like an NIL guy going over an actual wrestler guy. So it's not my favorite, but it doesn't surprise me, right? 4 minutes. Lola Vice and Kalani Jordan are going to continue to have issues. Kalani interrupts the Ren QCC backstage, starts to talk crap about Lola Vice. Vice comes in, attacks her. They have to be separated. Later in the show, did you hear this? Guess what kind of match we're getting?
Yeah, I saw.
Lola Vice talks to Stone and demands a underground match at Vengeance Day. So we're going to get that.
Never forget how underground matches originated.
That's right. Never forget. It's
Shane McMahon and Omos.
And Omos, that's right.
Dabba-Kato and Dolph Ziggler.
No, what a stupid idea.
Ziggler was in there and they were trying to make Ziggler shoot fight. So like that's what I'm saying. You can't do that with like Ziggler and Natalya. No. But stop doing that.
Another title change. Elio Lafleur won the speed title. He defeated
I was surprised because you seemed to like indicate last week it was like, okay, we're gonna have Jasper Troy beat the tar out of them.
I thought so. So he beat Troy and Eli Knight. So again, the theme was big guy too big. Small guys need to work together to even have a chance, or he's just gonna kill them all, right? So this was what the show was about. Lafleur hits his he has like a head scissors spike thing.
It's the thing Hechicero does.
It looks really cool. Knight followed up with a big moonsault, but Lafleur got the pin. So kind of like when RVD used to hit the 5-star and then he'd always be selling his own midsection. So Knight's selling his midsection after that, and Lafleur kind of steals the pin, I guess. Honestly, for 6 minutes, it was pretty entertaining. Elio and Knight are super athletic, and they provided good action. And Troy just kind of lumbers around and hit power stuff.
He carries chains too, though.
And he does. I'm glad you got the title off Troy and onto someone more suitable, because much like the tag titles earlier, I don't think Troy's reign did anything for him or the title, right? It doesn't help either of them. How can you even
do anything for that title, though?
And let's talk about that. I was thinking again about how stupid the speed division is, because what you're saying is basically somehow they're capable of winning matches in 3 and 5 minutes, when that for decades has never been the case, unless it's a squash match, right? Why don't people just win faster? You know what I mean? If they can win in 3 and 5,
every match there's a blaring time limit and really distracting graphics on the screen.
So I hate the whole thing. But anyways, it was just about Troy beating little guys quickly, and it felt like the belt was kind of being held hostage. And then it was, two guys have to work together to beat him. And this is like the WWE mentality, right? No one would believe that little guy could beat that big guy, so we'll put two of them.
He's French.
We'll put two of them in there.
Yeah. They can't beat him.
My next note, the next main bullet says, I don't like Ricky Saints. So it's kind of official. He's trying to talk about his appearance on some non-wrestling show
it's a CW show.
I've never heard of.
That's all it is. It's a CW partnership.
And Vanity Project are sucking up to him and telling about how great he was on it, and I just don't like it. And he is one of those. He's settling into that he's 80% of something. You know what I mean? He's 80% of a good talker. He has 80% of a good look. He's 80% of a good in-ring performer, but he's not quite there.
Yeah, maybe there's a reason he hit his ceiling, but there were some promos in AEW that were so good. Maybe it's just something here, which
they don't. Maybe they're not writing good stuff for him either. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Maybe he's a little more off the cuff in AEW. Maybe that's his strength, right?
But I like Ethan Page and the Vanity Project together so much. I don't need Saints gumming up the works, right? And it's kind of being he's the main eventer, and then Page is the next singles guy, and then I don't know. Page is better than Ricky Saints in pretty much every way.
Remember how terribly they booked his main title run?
Yes.
You got Phantom pinned by Oro Mensah 3 times.
Yes, exactly. Oro Mensah. Oh my God. Forgot about him.
Now he's wrestling on ROH. What?
So they did 2 NXT Chronicle segments on Hendry, and the first one was excellent. We get lots of backstory supported by photos and stuff along the way. So basically, to streamline it, he has a master's in business marketing and sang and played music along the way, studied judo, and then picked up amateur wrestling really late, but still won a British title or something like that. wanted to stand out, so he started making comparative videos of opponents that got him noticed. Then COVID interrupted everything, so he took that time off to bulk up, and he even mentioned like bleach his hair. Then he spent his savings on a visa, signed with TNA, and then that was the end of the first part. I thought really well put together. I love this stuff, right? When you put in effort to be like, here's this person as a person, instead of like their random character and you're never going to get any backstory. So they're trying to give him some depth. He was kind of feeling one-dimensional for me, right? Like I was kind of like, this makes him feel more real and less cartoony, which is kind of what I was hoping for, right? So I'm not the biggest fan of Joe Hendry, but this was a helpful package for sure. JC Jane, I'm assuming you saw this. She retained the NXT Women's title. She defeated Sol Ruca in 8 seconds. So basically, big thing is Zarya finally did it and turned on Ruca just as the match was about to start.
I'm like, why did the ref let it happen?
Right?
Like,
That's a stupid
start the match. That was like,
so it's spear, F5, and then the bell rings. So
like, it's kind of like where you're how you're nitpicking with like the Hangman and stuff. I'm like, could we not have just had like the match start like a ref bump, or like, or the heels distract and like Zarya could do something, or like.
So why wouldn't going forward every heel arrange for this before every match?
Or what I would have liked is like you have Jane win via like fatal influence, interference, or whatever, and so Ruka loses, and you could have Zarya turn on her because she's like, you get these opportunities, which is fine, but then you keep squandering them now. So it's like, now I'm like jealous because you get opportunities, but also because you keep fumbling the bag, kind of like a Moxley thing.
Right. To be fair, Ruka was like, I can still go, I can still go. She was doing the baby face.
Like the referee should be like, no, you're stupid.
Yes. So Jane nails her discus elbow, which actually looks really good.
Zarya absolutely chucked her with the F5 too.
And then Zarya drags Ruka out of the ring when the match is over. F5s are on the announce table, looked pretty good, and then the table didn't break, so she's kind of hanging off the table, and she like kisses her on the forehead, which was cool.
I thought Zarya's beatdown's pretty good because I did actually.
Me too. This is the Zarya I've kind of been waiting for, right? They made her a baby face too early.
When she came, right?
Right. Like, she looked like a beast here, and I think this is her. Because they burned this Zarya Ruka thing so slowly, they should have some really good heat for their match, right? And it's also allowed Ruka to get a lot better. So I think in that sense, it's smart. And jury's still out on Zarya for me because I've seen her look good and I've seen her not. So I don't really know, but I hope she can hang. And JC Jane wins in a cheap way, which works for her. And then later in the show, Zarya confronts JC Jane and says, listen, because I basically won that match for you, I'm demanding a title match. And obviously JC Jane is not looking to give it to her. And then Zarya was like, I'm going to do the same thing to you if you don't give me the match, basically. So the kind of Zarya I've been waiting for, and I think that, in my opinion, what she should have debuted doing for longer is coming. So I'm hopeful. Paxley cuts a promo from the crowd, basically admits she always has wanted acceptance and to be loved, and that she's realized the NXT fans have always loved her. And when she wins the NXT North American title, that title will be the people's title or whatever. And then Izzy Dame shows up in the crowd, says Paxley will realize that she'll never be enough, and then they have to be separated by people in the crowd. And Paxley is really over. My question, will this translate to main roster? Your answer?
Nah.
No, it won't.
She's the kind of person that would have succeeded in Full Sail back in the day.
Yes.
Then would flounder on main roster, kind of like vaudevillains.
And sometimes I think in NXT, they have the best stuff written for them, and they can't really run that back. Same as we would say, why don't you just put DIY on main roster and run that story back? Because I don't think the percentage of people watching main roster that even know what goes on in NXT is very high.
And even if you do, we all just want to see it again anyway.
Like internet nerds like us do, but we're not the vast majority of wrestling fans. Like I know people think they are, but they're not. So I think sometimes like the best stuff is given to them in NXT and then it's used up, you know what I mean? And they get to main roster and it's like whatever. But anyways, I like Paxley. Thea Hale beat Blake Monroe in just over a minute in a speed tournament match. Because Monroe ended up on the floor early, Jada Parker shows up, hits the hypnotic to Monroe. Ref never saw it. Hale hits a flipping something or other, I forget what it was, back in the ring for the win.
This is Mariah May now.
So I'm glad to see that Parker's back, because that neck thing, I guess, wasn't too serious. So that's good. That's another thing you could quiz me on at some point is Monroe's name in AEW.
Yeah,
I can't. I can't remember it. I don't know what it is.
She was so amazing.
She was. We got a second part of the Hendry Chronicles. This one is stuff we already knew. Like his theme song blew up on TikTok. He figured out how to get it on the charts, and it went #1 in the UK. Then he went to NXT. That went viral. Then summarizes the stuff he's done since coming to WWE and says you never know where the next WWE superstar is coming from. Logical conclusion from the first one, but less interesting because this was all stuff that we've watched and knew about. Little disappointed in my Cale Dixon. He lost in 4 minutes to Uriah Connors. I figured he was going to lose.
That's what I wanted to say. It was like I did see some clips of Cale Dixon. I've been watching like
he's
the
good.
highlight reels of that match that him and Connors had against Swipe Right.
Yeah,
he's pretty crazy.
He's good, man.
Yeah, the half tights is a terrible play.
Yes,
but like his stuff, like he does like the Fosbury flop over the ropes. He does that really well.
Yep.
The hot tag flurry he had in that match, I saw that. Like that was great. I thought, he's got some really cool stuff. Like he's a guy I'm hoping they do more with.
And he's got good size, and he seems like he can talk a little bit. So
they're already pulling the plug on this version of Chase U though, because like they could have.
I agree.
Gone farther.
So he loses to a running knee. Started straight after a commercial. No introductions for anybody. This one. I thought Dixon looked more impressive, but Connors is actually pretty good too. He's really quick, and he's the one involved in an actual kind of story now.
He kind of has like a really slender man build.
He does. He is a small fellow.
He looks really indie.
Too short to feel really strongly about, but fast paced. A little disappointing that Dixon lost so cleanly. Like, couldn't they have needed to cheat? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that would make a lot more sense. I feel like, but that's okay. Hank, Tank, and Shiloh. This was stupid. They come in with a steering wheel, and the implication is that they dismantled Brad Baylor's car.
Right, I did see a bit of this, I think.
And the whole point is like Hank and Tank give Shiloh Hill credit because, again, Shiloh Hill's gimmick is that he's an expert at everything. Right?
He does things.
Yes, he does things really well. So I assume, and we are, I think, getting a 6-man tag with these guys next week. And then the only other thing, the main event, we saw another title change as Miles Bourne became the North American champion. He defeats Ethan Page in the main event, 14 minutes. Bourne won with the Bourne again after Page ran into an exposed turnbuckle that got exposed when Saints tried to interfere in the match, but he was taken out by Hendry, so the turnbuckle pad got ripped off then. Solid match, nothing special. Vanity Project got involved. Drake got a belt shot on Bourne for what was a really good near fall before Tank, Hank, and Shiloh came out to neutralize them. And I get putting the title on Bourne to see what happens. I'm not super optimistic. He's been there a while. There's just something missing.
So it's okay, I guess.
He doesn't seem to connect with the crowd. Like, there was a time where I thought they were doing good work with him, where they were getting into his medical condition and his backstory. But now he's just kind of a guy that looks really good and he can wrestle okay, but he's not super interesting to me. But it's developmental, right? So we always say that all the time. They got to find out what they have. So I'm not mad. I just want Ethan Page to stay in NXT and stay prominent. So we'll see.
Yeah, he's done pretty well for himself.
And now he has like his little faction of underlings who are like really good heels too, and he can mentor them kayfabe and in real life kind of.
You should take the title off Hendry and you give him a real title run this time.
Yeah, I would love that. And then you could have Drake as the mid-card guy, and you've got your tag team.
The perfect North American guy.
So I thought it was a good episode of NXT just because a lot of important stuff happened. And so we'll see. We got a bunch of new champions. So in the future, I guess we'll see where that goes. Anything from SmackDown you heard this week or anything?
No Kit Wilson.
As if. Yeah, I haven't heard much either. So I think that's going to wrap up 293, folks. We did it. I'll get this out hopefully before midnight. I got an hour and a bit to get the editing done and get it put up everywhere. So we'll say thank you to anybody that tuned in and listened and is still listening to this point. Send some feedback if you'd like. I'll try to get back to you. We will be back down here for 294 a week from now. And until then, everybody, take care.